Hello, stranger.
Oh, yeah?
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. It's not Tuesday. Well, it is for us.
Yeah, it was very, very chilly yesterday, last night, and all day today.
And chillier tonight.
Yep, it's gonna get down to like 7, something like that. So we've been feeding the animals multiple times throughout the day, checking on waters multiple times, and then feeding the dogs kind of throughout the day to keep food in their bellies so they digest and stay a little warmer. Because it was like a high of 20 something today.
I think it got like 23. It was, I think it was like 10 this morning when we first got up. Yeah, it's cold. I was reading, glancing through an article saying that the coldest temperature in Knoxville in recent history was in the late 80s of negative 24.
Oh, no. Mm-mm. Nope.
So, perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting up to negative 50 up in the northern parts of the United States this week.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, I was talking to my friend.
and that's not even wind chill.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend in Colorado, and she was saying they've been in the negative double digits for a while, and she was like, yeah, it's been cold, and then I told her what our temperature was, and she's like, no, it's actually pretty nice here today. What was it? And she looked, she's like, oh, it's 38. And I was like, how is it warmer in Colorado right now? That just doesn't seem right.
Well, they got snow in Florida today.
That's crazy.
And the Gulf of Mexico got snow.
Yeah.
Which hasn't happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so.
It's just weird out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel bad for the animals, so just keep checking on them, making sure everyone's okay. They all have huddle buddies if they need them, cuddle buddies.
Had an issue today with a chicken that didn't do so well. So we have that, I don't know. It's a mama with how many little baby chicks does she have?
She has like 8 or so.
And so in the morning when I do the chores, one of the first things I do is I refresh the water. It's like a 1-gallon water bucket, a little black bucket for the dogs, but the chickens also drink out of it. Mm-hmm. And so those little baby chicks will jump up to the rim of it and then drink from it. And I refreshed that water, but of course it's cold water. Mm-hmm. And it came back out a couple minutes later with their food, and one of those baby chicks had fallen into the water, and it was just floating there with its its wings stretched out and just motionless. Oh no. So I picked it up, and it was just, of course, soaking wet, and quickly gave the dogs their food, and then went into the house where you had your hair dryer. Mm-hmm. And I spent 10 minutes drying it off with really warm air and got it all fluffy and stuff, and then another 20 minutes just blasting it with hot air to warm it up because it was just shivering. But between the time of me picking it out of the water and getting into the house, it had already collapsed. Its eyes had already glazed over. It was pretty darn close to dead. And I got it back to life, and I eventually got it to start chirping and drinking water and standing up and moving around, and completely dry and warmed up, and took it outside and gave it to Mama, and she looked at me like, what are you doing with my chick? And it went off, and it's out and about doing its thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I didn't think it was going to make it. And it's going to turn out to be a rooster, of course.
All the ones we save are roosters.
Yeah, but they still deserve it.
They do. Yeah, it's one of those where it seems like a lot of them that we've tried to save have been like roosters. Oh, yeah. Well. It happens.
Yeah, it did.
Roosters deserve love too.
Oh boy, yeah. So yeah, it's been way too cold to really do anything. I was going to do some work outdoors today and yesterday. Mm-hmm. Ended up not feeling well, and it was way too cold to do any sort of work outside. Yeah. Because you go out there, at least for me, go out there for 5 minutes and my nose is frozen, my hands are already frozen, even with gloves on. So I'm not going to do work outside.
Yeah. Just chores is enough work outside.
Yeah, that's
That's enough to get you going nice and chilly and checking on everyone. I've been collecting eggs every day because if I don't collect them by a decent time during the day, then they'll be frozen if they stay overnight.
Yep.
And so I've been working on, like I said, giving the chickens extra scratch and things so that they have it. So I've been feeding them eggs also, just so they can have enough in their systems and walk around and warm up, because if not, they'll just sit and kind of huddle together, and they need to be moving and get their heart pumping and get food in their systems to keep them warm, so then when they huddle they can be digesting it all. So I'm going to work on making some busy blocks for them with some like black soldier larvae, some molasses, coconut oil, and then some scratch and some other things, and put it all together and kind of bake them into these little blocks. And I'm going to put those in each of the different runs. So then again, they have more stuff that'll help keep them warm, and then also just activities to do. So I was going to work on that tonight, but I think I'll probably do that tomorrow.
You're going to cook it in that small propane oven of the RV?
Mm-hmm. It's going to smell delicious.
Great.
I wonder what black soldier larvae smells like heated up.
Oh, come on. Okay, yeah.
Well, I made us chicken and potato soup, so...
That was really good stuff.
Yep.
There were no black
There was no soldier. And then last night I made like a stir fry with noodles and a peanut sauce.
And that was good too.
And you have plenty of that left over.
Oh, good.
And there's a whole bunch in your fridge. We have separate fridges. Not really, it's just we have two fridges, and so most of the stuff that he likes is in one, most of the cooking stuff is in the other for me, and then leftovers that I know I'm not going to get through, I just automatically throw in his, so when he opens it, he knows there's food there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's no soldier larvae in any of those meals, I promise.
Yeah.
They have not been brought into the RV.
Yeah, I wonder do you have black soldier fly larvae?
I do.
Oh, great.
I think I've got like a 10-pound bag of them.
I'll go take a bath while you do that.
Okay.
How about that? Oh, man.
Speaking of baths,
Yeah, speaking
the
of...
shower is, I haven't taken a bath yet because it's been so cold and I don't want to like get out and be really cold, but the shower is quite nice. It's one of the nicest rain shower faucet heads I've ever been in. It's quite fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite nice. I mean, it covers your whole body.
Is it glorious?
It's pretty darn close to glorious, yes.
It's not glorious? It doesn't reach the level of glorious?
Glorious. I don't know, what's better, fantastic or glorious? I guess it depends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, it's nice.
It's very nice. I've taken 2 showers so far with it, and I don't ever want to have to shower in the RV again. It's night and day difference.
Yeah. There's no comparison.
So nice.
Yeah. Well, I wish we could say the same glorious and fantastic for the dogs in the doghouse.
No, we can't.
We cannot so far.
And there's nothing wrong with the doghouses. Don't get us wrong.
Oh, no, it's not that. It's that the dogs
dogs.
want nothing to do with it. They get fed in their doghouses, or at least the porch of the doghouse, because Levi won't go into his doghouse
Unless you're inside
of it. And then Winston will go into it to eat,
but then exit.
but he exits right away.
Yep.
And I put his bed, his cot, on the porch, thinking that maybe he'll sleep on the porch. We'll see. But I was talking to Mom last night about it, and she suggested that maybe we start with the doghouses closer to the house, but then Levi gets pretty territorial, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we would swing that and then move the doghouses kind of slowly, farther and farther and closer to where we want them to be. But
Yeah. That's kind of what our thought process was too, and why we have them where they are. They're close-ish to the house, but they're not too far from where they like to lay throughout the day, and it's not too far from where we typically feed them. So it's still in that proximity, but we didn't want it right by the RV because Kinsley coming in and out, we don't want Levi to be territorial.
Yeah.
And so that's why we didn't move them all the way across over by the pond immediately, because we wanted them to go inside and know that that's their safe space. It's just going to take a lot of work, and it's just too cold for us right now. Because going out there and, laying in the doghouse with them, it's cold. I mean, it's warmer for them.
Unless Levi sits on you,
yeah, then
it's plenty warm.
It's toasty then. He'll sit and lay on you, but yeah, it's a work in progress. So we're gonna spend some time teaching those doggies that that's their safe space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll take some time.
I don't think they like the way it smells right now, because it smells very strongly of paint still. And I think once that dissipates, maybe that'll help a little bit too. Because Levi, I feed them only inside the doghouse. I don't feed them on the porch. I feed them, they have to go physically inside the doghouse, is how I feed them when I do it. And Winston has no issues whatsoever. He'll go right in. I just slide it in. Mm-hmm. And then Levi, I'll slide it in, so he has to, at minimum, get his front feet
yes.
into
his front
it.
Feet is his back feet's way back here. I don't know, I want to do this.
Yeah, and the only time he'll go is I'll start to pretend I'm crawling in, and then he'll get excited, and then he'll go oh no, I'm going to beat you. And then he realizes, oh, that's my food, and then he'll start eating the food. So, and then I'll sit on the porch and wait for him to eat. So that's kind of how I've been doing it, but I think it's just going to it'll be a progress.
Yeah.
Or, if it was a little nicer, one of us could go lay out there with them for a while and see if they...
Yeah, I'll do that when I've been doing that with Levi. Winston won't stay in there with me. I've tried with Winston, but he's like,
nah.
No, you won't. And trying to convince a 100-pound dog to
stay,
to do something he doesn't want to do,
especially
ain't happening.
A guardian dog.
It ain't happening. So, but over the last 2 days I haven't, because it's been really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll continue to do that. The place that they're at now isn't necessarily where I was thinking would be a good starting point. It's just where I dragged it to from off the trailer, and then started doing work in the sun to get the felt on top for keeping the top. So we can probably play with a different area to get them started that's maybe closer to the house, but still far enough to where it's not the house. But yeah, I just need to, because we have to also keep in mind how far we're going to walk to feed them during the cold. Yep. So, but yeah.
Well, I'm fine, because I check on almost every night. I check on the chickens and do my walk around anyway. So I go all the way up to the pond and around and back. So today there was a black Australorp hen that was out, and I got her back in.
Every morning she's out.
Is she? The one that has hardly any feathers on her head?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and then one of the golden black ones in the barnyard mix. She's always out in the morning.
Yeah.
And rushes back to the door, and I let her in. She goes right in every single time.
If you don't open the door and you just throw food in there, she'll just go under the net and go right in. The gold one, the black and gold one.
Yeah.
She's silly. She's been in and out.
Yeah, this morning the shenanigans were out, and they were all the way down.
Oh, wow.
By the Vever coops, and the quackheads were out, and they were over by the shenanigans, where the shenanigans thing is. So
yeah,
they're getting. There's no grass for them to eat anymore.
Yeah, so
it's all.
They're getting bored and starting to look around, and the pond is frozen. I don't even think there's a little space right now.
No, you can see little feet print all over, because they're walking on top of it, and the snow print and whatever, and you can see all these little duck and geese prints all over it. So yeah, they're trying to find
a way to get into it.
A way to get in, but it's all frozen.
I guess I could go down there with the shovel and try to break some up for them.
Yeah.
I mean, because they like sleeping in it no matter what the temperature is. It's crazy, but that's where they feel the most safe, is sleeping in the middle of the pond, which I don't blame them, because then it's harder for other animals to come in, check them out.
Yep. So I've decided I'm going to use something different to wrap the beam. So you guys know that we collected a bunch of barn wood that was in different barns. And so it hadn't gotten that patina that we really wanted to have. Originally we looked at the 1922 barn, but that seemed like it was going to be too difficult to get that stuff off. And so we were just going to wrap it with the brownish looking stuff.
The very thick, heavy boards.
Very thick, heavy, not the look we're looking for boards. And on my walk with the dogs 2 days ago, we passed by the 22 barn again, and I decided, I was like, I wonder if I can just tear one of these boards off the front where it's all gray. And I started wiggling it, and it fell right off, and it's like, wow, this is really light. It's the exact look we're looking for. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to continue to try to tear it apart safely and just take the wood from that barn and use it, which means I have to spray it, get some more of that spray stuff to kill the bugs. But that's what we both wanted, and we should have done that in the first place. But like, we thought that we could use the other wood because it was still barn wood, but when I cleaned it up, it lost all of its...
Yeah.
And that stuff, the patina look that we thought it had was really just dirt.
Yeah.
It was just caked on dirt.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't actually the way we thought it was.
yeah. So,
Hi, did I make eye contact? I'm so sorry. Did I summon you?
so I'm hoping that tomorrow's weather will warm up to at least 30 degrees. And if it does that, I can go out and start working on that, and I'll warm up as I'm working. And then I'll put up a few boards to see if that's really what we want to do. And if it looks okay, then we'll continue with that. Yeah. Yep. That's the extent of me.
That's the extent
That's
of
all
you?
I got. Yeah.
That's the extent of you.
That's the extent of me. That's all I got. That's all I am worth at this point in time.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of a slow weekend.
It was just...
Just cold.
Yeah, well, you got a lot done with the doghouse tops, like got the windows in and got the felt on and got all of that stuff done, but then we shared that, so...
Right, yeah.
It must have been Friday, I guess.
Yeah, Saturday I spent picking up the stuff in the house, trying to organize it more. I still have all those boards to take out of there, but they're okay sitting there for now. So yeah, I didn't really get as much work done as I wanted to, but it was just didn't have the energy. It was too cold. Wasn't feeling very well. So it's like, I'm just gonna take a few days off and regroup when I'm feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, and it was just super cold Sunday, Monday, so my work schedule this week is absolutely insane. So it's been starting way early, like 2.5 to 3 hours earlier than I normally start, because I've got a ton of trainings and I'm on a bunch of different program teams right now and getting ready to deliver all the materials that we created. So it's just been really busy. It's going to be very busy for the next 2 weeks, probably till the first week of February, where work schedule is going to be a lot more than what I'm used to. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get some time in between, because wanted to start designing and thinking through how we're going to do the chicken hatching this year and where I'm going to be able to put it and house them and brood them and all of that fun stuff. So I need to obviously figure that out before Valentine's Day, because that's when I want to get the eggs in the incubator at the absolute latest for a March hatch. So that's kind of the other things that behind the scenes I'm trying to design it on the computer, and we were looking at sheds and trying to just see what we could possibly do with the smokehouse that's existing. Is that something we could move and use? So we've been trying to think through a lot of that stuff too. So yeah, just a lot of logistical things and a lot of trying to plan and brainstorm of how we're going to best use what we have, or if we need to get something additional, how we're going to swing that and make it work. And yeah, so All that fun stuff.
It's fun.
So fun. It's fun until you have to be like, oh, that's gonna cost money. Dang.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because I would love it to look like this. And then it's like, that's gonna cost how much? Cool. All right. Just a shell then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
cool. I mean, yeah, it's, besides cooking, I just did a lot of cooking, today had to heat up water to do dishes in a pan on the stove.
Yeah, because the water lines
Frozen.
coming into the RV froze, and from the pump, from the freshwater tank to the pump to the sinks, they froze because of last night's temperature. So.
And it never got anywhere near above freezing today,
No.
so it didn't have a chance.
Yeah, if it freezes the pipes in the belly, it basically you have to get above like 35, if not 40, for several hours for anything to thaw out down there.
Yeah.
Even with the 2 heaters we have running down there.
Yeah.
So it was just putting things in buckets and using that for water.
Kinsley is very furry.
Yes, she is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. This is the reason I wanted to be in the house by winter, but
Yeah.
didn't quite make it. So
That's okay.
this is the last one,
This is the last
the
one.
last hurrah.
The last winter, dang it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one to be the last one.
Hey, if we don't get negative 23, we're good. That's the benchmark.
That's the benchmark. If we get negative 23, we're in trouble.
Yes, we are.
Chickens are coming inside.
Good thing we're not going to get to negative 23.
All right.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.